if you're seeing this and this has already been uploaded, then just feel free to fast all the way forward to wherever you see that I start talking. I'm actually trying to get rid of this thing that's on my screen. It's really annoying because I can't get rid of it now. Okay, now it's gone. So I'm just gonna wait a few moments for someone to pop in. Hey Celine, how are you? I'm sorry, it's just my light is like so bright on me, so I can't even see what's on the screen. Let me see if I could just adjust a little more dimness. All right, it's a little bit better. So if you just joined the room, feel free to say hello so I know who you are, because I can't see until it pops up. Sure, Celine, no problem. Right now, my computer is having major issues. I was actually supposed to do a video with someone today, but my laptop is like, and I can't do it on my phone, which sucks. So as soon as I get that fixed, which hopefully I should be getting it on Friday, then yeah, of course. Oh, 5 people already. Okay, cool. So I'll get started. So, before, I just want you guys to first know I'm not trying to ignore you guys, but first I just want to like do a little video real quick, and then, if you guys have questions or, you have something you want to say or whatever, then you let me know. But I just want to get the video first because, I could not use my laptop because I'm having issues with it, and I know I had you guys waiting for like a month, and I haven't put anything up. So I just want to do a little life update for you guys. I'm trying to see. I'm sorry. So my summer's been really, really good. Am I looking into the camera? Because I'm looking where I usually look, but since I'm doing it live, I can't tell. I think I'm looking at the camera. So anyway, my summer has been pretty good. I actually like went away with my family. Well, the first time I went away, it was just with my husband, and the second time I took the kids with us. We took the kids with us. I'm sorry if I'm stumbling. I'm just so tired. Like, I hardly slept. So the update is that things in my relationship has really changed a lot, and I wasn't really sure when I should talk to you guys and tell you what's been going on. And then I also wasn't sure, like, how do I really, formulate it? Like, how do I word it without saying too much or too little? So I don't really know where to begin, but basically my husband and I are now like on the same level, which is really, really strange to say because we've never been on the same page ever. And what I mean by that is my husband no longer goes to church. And before anyone gets all, takes it all personal, I'm not celebrating this. I'm just telling you guys the update in my relationship, my interfaith marriage. My husband stopped going to church. And I don't really want to say he's no longer a Christian because there are still some beliefs he holds on to, but he sees it through a different lens. I'll explain to you what I mean like a few minutes. But basically, my husband, I believe, has gone through like a spiritual awakening process, and he's still just kind of learning what's going on, and he's starting to feel more comfortable in who he really is with his ego aside. And so the way that this change took about, I'll first start with that. Honestly, I don't know how that change happened. It wasn't because of me. So you guys know that even though I'm no longer part of the ICOC, I'm also no longer a Christian. I don't like labels, and if I have to label myself, I consider myself more spiritual. I'm definitely spiritual and agnostic. I do believe in a creator. I do believe in source, universe. I believe in something. I don't necessarily refer to it as God, although every now and then I'll refer to it as God. And right now I'm just giving you this quick update about me because things have changed for me. Like, when you leave religion, you don't just leave and then everything's normal. You kind of go through these different phases as you're learning more about who you are. And so I believe in something. I don't go to church anymore, and I feel good about who I am and how I feel. And I'm becoming more and more confident as time goes on. So, like I said before, I consider myself spiritual. Now, during the time that my husband was still going to church, not to the ICOC, but he was going to like totally different church. While he was going to this different church, I love you too. He was doing good, but me and him were not doing good. So what I mean by that is, like, as you guys know in other videos I've done, my husband and I were kind of just like really bumping heads, going back and forth because of the fact that I left religion and he was not okay with that, and I understood it. But I never tried to like instill any of my personal beliefs on him. I never tried to criticize him. I never tried to put him down. I never tried to tell him that he needs to believe what I believe too, or that he needs to leave religion. Nothing like that. So my husband not being a part of religion anymore really has nothing to do with anything I said, which is why I say I don't know how he began his journey of exiting religion. So my husband one day, I can't remember what happened. I think he sent me a text message, and he was talking about some video he saw on YouTube, and he sent it to me, and he was like, yeah, this video is good, like it has me really kind of thinking. And I was just like, when I saw the video, I can't remember what video it was, but it wasn't a video he would ever watch. So when I saw the video, I was like, why are you watching stuff like this? Like, aren't you supposed to be watching your godly videos? Not to make fun, but that's what he always does, It was different. I was just like, why are you watching this? This is the type of stuff I watch. So during that time that my husband was watching like these videos, these different things, he also was going through his own research where he was trying to figure out both sides. Let me see how many people are in here. He was trying to figure out both sides. He was trying to figure out like the believers and the non-believers, like why do they believe and why does the other group not believe. And so he was trying to see if he could kind of prove why his belief is completely correct and what I believe or what anyone else believes outside of his personal belief is wrong. He was kind of trying to not rub it in my face, but trying to basically prove it. So during that time that he's researching, I don't mean to ramble, but this is how I do non-editing style. During the time that he was researching, he somehow began to like show signs of having like questioning and doubt, and I just didn't say anything because I didn't want to seem like I was trying to feed into that, like I was trying to push him along, like yeah, keep researching, keep doing this and that. Like, I'm not like that. I don't like to tell people what they need to believe or what they need to do. I don't like when people do it to me, so I'm not gonna do it to my own husband. So during that time, I was seeing these signs, and in my head, of course, I was like, wow, is he really like starting to question things but is afraid to say something? So that is what I believe started the whole thing. So it wasn't like he intentionally decided I no longer want to be a Christian. He just kind of, dabbled and all of that stuff. But one day he was like, I want to talk to you. We can't talk through text, so we could chat or whatever. I don't want to get too into detail with you guys, just basics. I'm trying to cover basics. I just want you guys to understand how this happened. So I'm like, all right, I have very deep intuition. Like, I can sense things before they happen, and I do have dreams that are kind of like premonitions, and I know the difference between a dream that feels like a premonition and a dream that just feels real. So before he even spoke to me and told me that he wanted to talk to me, I had a dream one night, and it felt so real. And he was like, I don't think I believe in the same thing anymore. I feel like I'm just seeing things so different in my life. And I was like, oh my God, you're going through an awakening process. That's insane. That was my dream. So he ended up, hey Chantal, he ended up actually saying just that when I did speak to him. And I was like, I told him, honestly, I kind of knew this. I was just waiting for you to say something in the right time when you were ready. For those of you who just joined and catching up, my life update is that my husband is no longer a Christian. At least I don't believe he is. And things have changed. So that's what we're talking about right now, for catch up. So what happened? I completely lost track. But anyway, so my husband, and I, we talked about it. But as time continued on and on, he continued to watch different videos, started questioning things, and started seeing things different. He started seeing God in a view where it's not religion, it's not necessarily heaven and hell, and you're either a follower of Christ and Jesus or you're not. He started to see God as like the creator who allows us to create our own reality and loves us, and we love ourselves, but it's like that God is in us, and it's not one of those gods that you read in the Bible. He started to see it as a different kind of God, like that within God. And with that, he started to just see everything different, because once you kind of see with that lens, honestly, it's really hard not to see. It's hard to go back to seeing what you saw before, basically. It's hard to unsee it, is what I'm trying to say. It's hard to unsee what you just saw. It's very difficult. Not saying that, that is not possible, but because there are people who go back to religion, although I do question why they do that. But I don't know, guys. Like, I'm not, it almost feels kind of weird. I'm still kind of getting used to it. Because now, like, there's things that he's never been interested in, now he's interested in. Like, he'll just randomly wake up and be like, let's walk through the park and meditate in the grass. And I'm like, meditate or pray? Because, it's not Sunday. He's like, no, meditate. And I'm like, okay. He's seeing things differently. And the good thing with that is that now we're aligning, and now we can see things the same way, and we have, like, the deepest conversation we ever had. And I've been with him for 15 years in total. We had like this most insanely deep conversation that was so personal and so real that it allowed us to kind of break through some barriers and understand each other on a whole different level. But because of the fact that he and I are both now aligning, and my husband is not, honestly, because he's not a Christian. And I hate to say it like, oh, my husband's not a Christian, so now he's good for me. Not in that way, but because of the fact that he's no longer a Christian, it allows him to open that door and see me more for who I am, instead of trying to convince me that I don't know who I am because I don't know God. You see what I'm saying? So now all the things that he ever criticized me about, he threw in my face, made me feel hurt over, but I understood because he was upset, he was hurt, he was confused. All those things now he talks about, and now he believes, and now he does. And so that's my major life update, basically. How do I feel about it? I feel, in the beginning, well, first let me tell you, this is a new thing that just happened starting this summer. Like, when I went to Miami with my husband, it was in June for our 10-year anniversary. That's when everything had really changed. Like, that one vacation together, which we never go anywhere together, we just like everything just made freaking sense. All of this, it started to make sense. And that's when things really changed. So it's been all summer. And my summer's been so busy. It's like so freaking busy. But me and him have been able to really grow in a certain way. So when this all first began in the beginning of the summer, I didn't know how to feel. I felt weird. At first, I kind of felt like, well, what if this is, one of those things where he dips in and then gets scared and dips back out. I was like, no, I'm a Christian. Like, I was afraid he was going to do that because I don't want to get my hopes up and be like, oh, is this hope? Maybe we can actually last, because he always would say, if I never become a Christian, eventually we're going to have to get divorced because it's not going to work. So that was always kind of my fear. Like, I don't want to get divorced. I don't want him to leave me because of my beliefs. Like, then I feel like religion won, I'm like, nah, you're not gonna win. So I didn't know how to feel. I was kind of nervous, but I was trying not to put that thought out into the universe. I didn't want to think like that. But then when I started to see that he was actually, he was letting it flow, and he seemed like he was enjoying his new lens that he was looking through. Then I started to kind of feel weird. Like, okay, I'm accepting that this is what he's going through, but now I kind of feel weird because what if this changes things and takes things in a different direction that I don't expect? Like, what if this ends up making things worse somehow instead of better? I just had all these thoughts, but those are just all fears, and it's something I've been working on because I don't want to put those thoughts out. So now, like, I feel better. I feel fine. I feel pretty good. I'm happy because me and him now, like, we understand each other on a different level, and he understands me, and he accepts me so much more, and it gives me hope that things could work. We're making a lot of serious changes in our life. Like, we're working on trying to leave New York, like the end of this year, leaving New York. So like, we're working on like all these major changes, because moving isn't different if you just stay where you are and just move to another place, but like to completely take off and leave to another state, that's a big change. It's something that in the past, like, I would not even have really thought of with him, because I was always skeptical. I mean, in the past, like years ago, I'm not talking about recent past, but years ago, I would be like, no, because what if something happens? Because we've always had a bumpy relationship, but it was its bumpiest when we were both in religion. You see what I'm saying? Like, it was, to me, it's bumpiest when we was in religion. So I don't want to keep rambling. I'm sitting on my foot, and my foot is like getting pins and needles. So if anyone has any questions, like I said before, I don't want you guys to think I was ignoring you. I just really want to get through that update first. But if you have questions or comments, you can say it now. Let's see how many people are in here. Okay. So the light is gleaming on my wall, so I can't see the top of my screen. I really appreciate you guys for being in here and for sticking around. Yeah, it is definitely a new start. I still remain very optimistic of my future and our future as a couple. Because honestly, I don't like to say, oh, this will never happen, that will never happen. I don't like to say that anymore, because a lot of things in our relationship has happened I never thought will happen. So I do remain optimistic, but I'm just enjoying the day as it is, and I'm not trying to think ahead or think too far beyond to where I'm stressing out that I'm not enjoying where we are. So it's a new update for you guys. Yeah, Celine, I do. I'm actually subscribed to you. I'm sorry, sometimes I get your messages on Facebook Messenger and I'm at work, and I don't have my phone, I just wear my watch. But it's like hard for me to really talk to people through there and not get caught. So that's why, like, sometimes I don't really get to even see your messages, and I don't even get updated on I have messages. For some reason, I have to check to see if I have a message. I think I gotta change that in my settings. Keep doing your videos. Keep doing your videos. Videos heal you. Honestly, doing videos have healed me so much. Like, I don't stress. I still deal with certain things, but a lot of things don't bother me so much. I think that if I were to be confronted with a situation that has to do with the ICOC, I think I would get triggered, because that's kind of something that just remains. Some triggers you never really leave behind anywhere, but at the same time, like, I feel pretty good. Now I use this platform to help other people and to share my journey, not just with being in the ICOC, but also like my journey after leaving, and then leaving religion and my relationship, and now I'm going on a new journey that I want you guys to come with me on. But when I started this channel, it was really just me trying to help myself heal by just getting it out, because I was like, I just need to get this out. Someone says something, but I can't see. Thank you. Yeah, I've been MIA. I know, it's horrible. Another thing too is I don't put as much focus on this channel as I was in the beginning. I put a lot more focus now on my other channel, which is I'm Tina Marie J. That channel is nothing to do with religion. That channel is just for women and, you know, like women empowerment and talking about laws of attraction, manifestation, like things I actually have real genuine interest in. Like I'm interested in talking about my experience of leaving a cult, but this is more, you know, like information to help you for that experience. But it's not something I have that, you know, real focus and drive for. So I'm gonna make sure I put that down in the description box for you guys when I get a chance. You know, the link to my other channel in case you want to check it out. Time does heal you. It definitely does make a difference. I mean, I've ran into members, and I've ran into some members that triggered me. And I can't remember the most recent. I was at work. This was a few months ago, actually. I ran into this one member, and he used to also be in my Bible group, my, you know, that family group thing. And he just started talking to me about his wife and about how they go to family group. He's like, yeah, you know, we still go. And I'm like, that's nice. And he's like, yeah. I'm just trying to see your messages, guys. And I'm like, oh, that's great. And then he's like, yeah, you know, we just did this retreat. And I'm like, why is he telling me this? You know, and that will almost start to trigger me. But now I can control that thought better. And I could be like, you know what? I can't expect him to think any other way. Like, this is a guy from the ICOC. I can't expect him to think any other way. Matter of fact, I did run into someone else real recently. I was like a month ago. I ran into this couple that I actually used to hang out with. And they're super holy. Like, to the point where I feel weird just being myself. And I ran into them in the mall. And the wife gave me the only up and down look. She looked at me like, the hell is she wearing? I mean, I had on I think I had on shorts. No, I had on pants and a crop top. I dressed the way I want to dress. And she just looked at me up and down because I remember she was real strict with like what she'd wear. And she's young. I ran into them. But that didn't faze me. See, that's the difference. It's like when you start to heal, things don't faze you. I'm just looking through your messages. And by the way, if you're watching this video and it's already been recorded and it's already uploaded, you don't have to watch all this. This is just, we're just chatting. You don't have to watch this part. You could go leave if you want. Okay, so my second channel, I'm Tina Marie J, is what's that? Apostrophe M and then Tina Marie J. I wanted to pick another name, but someone already had it, and I like to do my own thing. Hey, Aaron, how are you? Wow, you haven't run into any members? Well, you know, I live in a small borough in New York, so this borough's like an island with water, and that's it. So I run into everybody over here. Where there's certain scriptures the ICOC would use. Oh yeah, of course. The ICOC would use everything. They'd use everything and repeat it. Like they recycled scriptures. That was just how they got into your head. Yeah, Lady Fat 85. That's such an old name. I cannot figure out how to get rid of that. I don't even have that Gmail account anymore. That was from back in like 2001. Was it? No. Like 2000, yeah, matter of fact, yeah, like 2001, 2002. Oh, I was still in high school at that time. I was in like almost my senior year. Ugh, hate that name. I think I do have it as a Google account, but I don't know. I want to put it under this account that I have this name on. I'm going to figure it out. I just didn't really feel like dealing with it at the time. Been in the hospital before. Oh, Aaron, I'm so sorry. That's terrible. Is it, like, what stage are you getting, you know, like treatment and stuff, like good treatment that's gonna help you. I really hope so. Hope you're getting something. Sure, Celine, we could talk sometime. Yeah, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out. Well, Aaron, I'm just gonna send all good positive thoughts your way that you're gonna heal. You're gonna heal. You're gonna heal. That's it. Like, we only need those good positive affirmations, because trust me, they do work. It's been working for me so much with so many things in my life. So we're not gonna think of any other possibilities or negatives. Just all right. And you know I'm here anytime you want to hit me up. So all positive thoughts for you. If you guys have any questions or you're welcome. I started going. I had just gotten married. I was in 2009. I don't know why I want to say 10. In 2009, I got married, and then we didn't even really spend much time being married. Like, we ended up going straight to the church as soon as we got married. So 2009, the summer of 2009, I joined the ICOC. Way too soon. I had just got married. I was so easy to flip because I was newly married and 23 years old. God's plan isn't your plan. Yeah, I don't go by that neither. Power. For some reason I can't see your whole message. It's just weird. Do you think you will have enough power to upload more? I'm sorry, I just don't understand what you're talking about. Oh, wow. Indoctrinated. That's young. I've been indoctrinated since I was born. I mean, I was raised into Christianity, and my father was a pastor and my mom was a Christian, and so I was always taught what's bad instead of what's good, other than do whatever makes God happy and makes him smile, even if it's not something that you want to do. But being in the ICOC just made things a lot worse, because it just made things like real rules, you know, and it wasn't just rules. It was, you gotta follow these rules, or this, and that will happen, and then the people in the church will make you feel like crap, you know, because you're not a perfect person. Oh, my dog is making the weirdest sound effects. Sounds like a person, so I'm getting freaked out thinking someone's in my balcony. I'm like, what the hell? Because it happened to me before. Someone tried to jump off my balcony a long time ago. It was really bad. He didn't know. He ended up getting taken to like the crazy people place. I'm sorry, you guys just see my finger. On a YouTube pause? You mean like taking a break from YouTube? Thank you, Aaron. Yeah, I respect if you're a Christian. Like, I respect other people who... Shyla, be quiet. It's about you. I respect other people who have their own beliefs, but I don't know. Like, I feel like... Shh. quiet. Now I'm gonna start barking. I feel like, you know, like we can all just get along and just not, we don't all have to believe the same thing. Like we don't all believe the same thing. We don't all have the same favorite color. We don't all have the same style, the same personality. Why do we have the same religion, you know? So I noticed that, like, as I'm continuing through this process, this journey of me realizing who I am and seeing myself more in the spiritual nature rather than the religious nature, I feel more confident in saying, no, I don't believe in this, or no, I don't believe in that, or, well, this doesn't make sense to me because, you know. So I feel like it's normal. They say it's normal to question things when you're a Christian, but they say questioning is good and that God wants you to question things, which I understand that. But there are people who question things and have doubts that come with it, but they push it away because they're so indoctrinated. So you just have to know the difference. Like for me, I always had questions about things, but it was never enough to make me have doubt. So as soon as I started having doubt, I started questioning further, because along with the doubt came the boldness to be able to further question my beliefs. I wasn't afraid to ask, because growing up, I was taught you're not supposed to ever question God, never question God. So as soon as a question came in my head, I just like, go away, blew it away, you know? So I'm glad I questioned, and I'm glad I am where I am now, you know, but maybe you're a Christian, you could be glad of where you are now, but just make sure you know the difference between your questioning that causes doubt and your questioning that is just your questioning and that's it. So you're not getting monetized at all, like for anything you put up? Yep, Aaron, you're right. That's the truth. And I just wished I paid attention, you know, but at the same time, you know, you learn, so there's no regret there. Hey, Francisco. So my beliefs now are that I believe in something, a possible creator. I believe in like some sort of like source, the universe. I don't really refer to it as God, because when I think of God, I think of not a person. I don't think of it as like someone in the Bible. I think of God as, by the way, who was that just messaged me? I'm sorry to cut off. I saw him forget this. Jehovah. No, I never had a problem with them because I was never a Jehovah Witness. So I don't do Jehovah Witness videos. But anyway, so my belief is that I believe in something, but it's not something I worship. I still am iffy with Jesus. Like, I kind of think maybe Jesus was an actual person, but all the stuff in the Bible of all the things with him and stories, I think it's fictional. It's just hard for me to believe that stuff really ever happened. It's just a lot of things don't make sense to me still, so I just accept the fact that they don't make sense, and I just don't believe in it. And I'm more spiritual. I really hate labels. I don't like to walk around with a label, but I would label myself more spiritual. I believe in certain things when it comes to spirituality. I don't take in everything. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, I'm spiritual, so I believe in everything. You know, whatever feels right is what I basically believe. So I go off of what I feel, which is totally opposite of Christianity, which is why I'm not a Christian anymore. Jehovah Witness is one crazy ass cult, because that cult is, whew, they're crazy as hell. Crazy as hell, those people. They believe in the most insane things. When I did research, because I did a few videos about it, but when I was doing research to learn about it, I was going on their website, because I know that they're going to be like, oh, you know, that stuff is not true. You're researching the wrong information. But hello, this is your website, people. So when I researched it and I learned all the stuff I found out, I was like, this is real messed up. Because I know some people who grew up Jehovah Witness, and I'm just like that sucks. Your whole childhood. Because then if they leave, the family doesn't want them anymore. So those beliefs changed after you left ICOC because you were part of the cult 7 years. Okay, so no, this is where people usually get it wrong, and I can see why. My beliefs did not change because of the ICOC. After I left the ICOC, I still believed, but I didn't feel comfortable going to church because of what I went through in the ICOC. But after I left the ICOC, I still believed in God, but I also took a break from the Bible because that affected me, because the way I was taught the Bible in that church, it was real twisted. So it was hard for me to read it and to really take in what it was really trying to say to me. I was hearing them instead of what it actually says. So I wasn't reading the Bible and I was not going to church. I started connecting to God through a different way. So as I started connecting to God through a different way, I started to realize, wait a minute, I'm not a Christian. Like, I can't be a Christian 1 foot in, 1 foot out, half dark, half light. That's not part of Christianity. So I realized that I had to be honest with myself. I kept that in for quite a while, and then finally I came out what I like to call my religious closet, and I just was like, I'm agnostic because I just don't know. Like, I admit that I don't know. There are things that I believe, but I don't know 100%. I'm not someone who will run around and be like, no, I'm correct. I'm 1,000,000% correct. No, I don't know. But I now go off of what I feel. So the ICOC did help me, but it wasn't the reason. Like, I have spoken to people who are like, after they left the ICOC, they stopped going to church, they stopped reading the Bible, and they completely shut God down. It was like, oh, there's no God because of this church. I don't believe that. I believe there is a God. I think that church is messed up. I don't think that has nothing to do with God. Everything that they teach is their issue. That's their problem. To me, nothing to do with God. Even if Jesus existed and is real, or even if Christianity is really real and I'm wrong and I'm actually going to go to hell and burn in flames, I still believe the ICOC is their own problem. I don't blame any of that on actual Christianity. It allowed me to really think to myself, like, wait, am I doing this because of people telling me and the Bible tells me? Or do I actually believe what people, and I mean, I shouldn't be listening to people, but do I actually believe what I'm reading? And that's when I really got to where I am now, to where I'm like, I'll probably admit that I don't believe in religion at all. Unapologetically, guys, unapologetically. Oh, trying to read your... This thing is real annoying because the comments come and go, so I gotta keep scanning through it. I don't blame you for not being happy at JW. It's a horrible cult. It's depressing. I mean, they leave you. They completely neglect you if you no longer are a part of their church, their organization. They have meetings. The hell you need a meeting for? I don't need a meeting. If I want to go to another church, I could go to another church. I don't need it. And you don't need to have a meeting with me or kick me out. Just kick me out. Just be like, Tina, I'm sorry, you can't be here no more. Why? Because we found out that you were having sex and you're not supposed to have sex. Goodbye, sinner. And kick me out. We don't gotta have a whole meeting and this person, that. I just think it's so ridiculous, you know? It's insulting to people's intelligence, because it's like, who the hell are you to pull me into an office and talk to me? And who the hell are you to tell me I can't talk to my family no more because that person left and I'm still a member? The hell out of here. No, I don't. I'm sorry. That's one religion I can't ever really respect, ever, because I've had Jehovah's Witnesses admit to me that that is what they do, that they do shun, and they believe it's okay. And you shun your own kid? I have no respect for you. Like, I'm getting upset talking about it, see? Smiling? Is that better? Should I keep it there? I'm sorry, but I'm a very honest and real person. If I'm not feeling like smiling, I'm not gonna do it. Like, It has to be natural. And don't get me wrong, I'm not in a bad mood. Hold on, let me read what you said. Try come with Oh my god. Chantel, I'm sorry. If you ever feel like you want to talk to me, because I hate hearing that when people talk about how they feel like they want to commit suicide. Like, I know that's hard because my dad passed away, and me and my mom, like, it was so depressing, and like that was hard for me because that's when my depression, my anxiety got really, really, really bad, and I did have thoughts of suicide. Like, I used to go through the same thing too, but don't feel like that, you know. I always think of it as like they're your guardian angel. You just never know. You're welcome, Francisco. Anytime you need me to smile, let me know. At your service. My smile. Yeah, but as I was saying, that's another thing. People, they think that I'm like this miserable, unhappy person because I come on here and talk about the ICOC. This entire channel is about religion, the ICOC. If you go to my other channel, then you'll see like a different side because I'm talking about something else. Another thing you gotta know about me, when I'm talking about something I'm passionate about, I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, I can't. That's not who I am. I get into it. Like, I move my hands, I move my head, I make a lot of facial expressions. That's not because I'm not happy. That's because that's just how my face responds to what I'm saying, the same way how I'm talking with my hands. Another thing, I'm a New Yorker. We just have sometimes an aggressive way of talking. That's just our culture. So just understand that. I actually smile a lot at work. They make fun of me and say I'm too bubbly, and I'm just like, well, then that's your problem because I have a lot to be grateful for. But yes, when I'm having a serious conversation, like, and I'm getting into what I'm saying, this is just me. So sorry. I know some people get bothered by it, but I always say you can't please everybody. Yeah, I mean, let's go back. Oh, my heart definitely goes out to you, Chantel. It definitely does. So your aunt, is she Jehovah's Witness? Saying, because that's a very, 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 that's just not something that you say in that time. You know what I mean? Like, that's no kind of empathy and compassion at all. That's why, yeah, she's Jehovah's Witness, of course. Don't listen to what she says. You're not that. I mean, you're grieving. I can't even think about how I'm gonna feel when my mom goes. Did you take the hugs? Oh, yes, I did. Oh, I hated it. I hated it because in the beginning, you know what? It made me uncomfortable. I didn't hate it. It made me uncomfortable. I started hating it like a little while before I left because it started to feel fake because I saw how they was treating people. And I hate seeing people get bullied. So I was not feeling it at first. Like, they would try to hug me and I was just like, like, can we just exchange, like, I don't know, text messages? Like, okay, you want to get my number? Fine, whatever. Let's text. No, they want to call you. They want to have a whole conversation and a whole prayer with you for like a whole hour and a half. Relax. It's Saturday. It's 8 in the morning. I want to be lazy. I have a right. So I just didn't like any of that. But then after a while, you know, I got used to it and then I became like them. I was like a freaking robot. Oh, hi, welcome. Oh, God bless. Like, that's not me. You can be a Christian. You don't have to sound a certain way. Even people was like, Tina, you sound different. Like, you act different. And I always had a belief, but I was just like, it was weird, you know? Like, you could tell it wasn't me. I see old pictures and videos, and I'm like, ugh, why did I wear that outfit? Because they told me it had to dress a certain way. Honestly, Chantal, I understand that that's your mom. I mean, your aunt. Free the beast. That's funny, Aaron. I would not talk to her at all during this time you're going through this grieving stage she's gonna make you feel so depressed. She's gonna put you down so much. Don't don't at all talk to her. Did you leave the organization, and then is that why your aunt is feeling some type of way because you left, and ever since you left, she's like looks down at you and feels like she could talk to you in that way? Because honestly, like, if God forbid my mom, anything happened to my mom, and my aunt was to say that to me, I would be like, how would you say that? Like, how could you? My aunt would never say that. So that's definitely the religion talking. And this is why I don't like about religion too. A lot of these religions, like the JWs, Christians, I don't think are so rough, except for the real extreme ones. But they just have no compassion, you know? Like, they are so dead focused on, you gotta believe in this. They have no compassion. If you're going through something, you have to do things their way and do what they say is right. And if you don't, they just drop you so easy. The fact that they drop their own kids, that kills me. I can't. Like, I don't understand that. It's just no compassion. It's so sad. Well, good for you for not going back. Good for you. You're better off not. Oh, she's horrible. I'm sorry. Your aunt is horrible. She's a terrible person. And she probably isn't truly that way deep down, but because of her religion, it's made her a terrible person. I'm happy you're happy. You should be happy because you did the right thing. Yeah, religion is, I mean, it almost killed my relationship, and that would have pissed me off. I've been like, all right, look, like, we don't have to believe in the same thing. This doesn't have to end. We don't gotta end it like this, you know. I would have been really upset if it ended over that. Like, if it ended over anything else, like a, you know, affair or something serious like that. But for it to end for religion, I've spoken to so many people that it did, and it just made me so nervous. And I was just like, oh crap, like, what if this happens? I don't want this to end things, you know what I'm saying? So I'm glad things changed. So I'm just gonna stay on for probably like 5 more minutes, and I'm gonna go and eat something, go to sleep, because I'm so tired. That's another reason I'm like, ugh. Like, I had a very long day at work. My job is just so, ugh. Yeah, send me a message. We can chat. But yeah, I'm just so tired, and I just really did not want to. I hate doing videos for you guys when I'm tired, but I didn't want to keep waiting because I had intention of making a video and then uploading it later, but because of my laptop, I wouldn't be able to edit it. So I was like, let me just do a live, and yeah, I'm glad that I did. I really did miss you guys. I'm just basically like, my other channel, I'm excited about, because the thing on my other channel is that used to be my original channel. Like, a lot of you guys don't know this, but I started YouTube in like 2008, but then I stopped. And so I always kind of had like some weird connection to that channel. Then a couple years ago, I tried to do like a family vlog with it. Then I stopped because then I started working again. And it's a lot to edit when you do like a vlog where you're out and about. It's a lot to edit. So I was like, let me not do it anymore. But I still felt a connection to that channel, and I never wanted to really leave it. So I was like, you know, I have so many topics I want to talk about, things that are mostly geared towards women. Men can listen too, but it's mostly geared towards women. So I was like, let me just do it. Let me just do it. So now I'm back doing that, and I'm pretty excited about it. It makes me happy. He and his wife needed to go out in service more to have a child because they were trying for a long time. Wow, that's ridiculous. Yeah, that letter, woof, that was a long letter too. There's a lot of secrets in that church. A lot of secrets. It's really messed up. It's it's a lot. It's a lot. Like sometimes it's weird. I'll just say it now since we're already on here. Sometimes I think that because of the fact that I don't think so much about the ICLC anymore, it probably seems like I'm constantly thinking about, because these are the only videos you see from me, but I really never think about the ICLC except when I'm gonna make a video. It doesn't really bother me so much anymore, and I just really learned to grow from it, and I'm still growing. I'm not saying like I'm perfect, but because of that, sometimes I just don't really want to talk about it. You know, so sometimes I have certain topics I want to do, but I don't want to bring the negative energy with that topic because it's already a negative topic. So it's kind of hard to constantly talk about. I don't know how people who have these channels, like these Jehovah's Witness channels, and all they do is talk about Jehovah's Witnesses and the cult, and their entire channel, I can't. It's just so energy draining. It really drains the crap out of me. Like, I can't do it. And I guess it's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. Good thing because of the fact that that shows growth, and not so good thing because this channel is about the ICOC. But yeah, sometimes it becomes much, especially I hear a lot of stories and it affects my energy. So I need to take breaks every now and then because I'm one of those people that I'm very sensitive to a lot of energies, and it starts to wear down, and then I'm kind of carrying everyone else's energy and pain on me without wanting to carry it. And then it's like it's just instant. Like I automatically soak it up. Look up empaths. That's basically what it is. So that's why this channel is a little bit challenging for me sometimes. Aw, yeah, I know you miss these, Aaron. I know you always like doing these lives. I do them just for you. Yes, empath, exactly. You know what I'm talking about. Thank you. Yeah, they target college students. They target young people, anyone going through certain changes. Like how me, I had just gotten married, so I was a major target. Yeah. But yes, empaths. So that's why sometimes I just need a break, because if not, I'm not gonna be able to deliver. You know what I'm saying? And this channel, I get a lot of criticism as well. I get negative things, and I've learned to not take that in, because that was something I had to learn first and foremost, because you can't do a channel like this and, you know, be like, be a softie when it comes to people in their comments. I mean, I could deal with comments, but it was triggering comments. But I learned how to be able to be like, all right, I could work my way through this. Yeah, exactly. Like I kept doing what I had to do. So I just ignore those. Actually, I have a new troll now. Forgot his name. He hasn't commented in a little while, but he was like hating on videos, and I was just like, well, stop watching them, dummy. Like, why are you torturing yourself? I'm not gonna change my content for you. You know, it's crazy. But yeah, it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. It's just I've had comments where people say really, really mean things. Like, oh, you're gonna go to hell because you're doing this and that, and you're not doing good for your kids, and your kids they're not gonna go to heaven because of you. And earlier on, that was hard for me to hear, because hell was always something that I was real definitely afraid of, to a point of almost like depression. And now hell is, I guess I could say 50-50, sort of 50-50. It's just, it doesn't really bother me as much anymore. You know what I mean? If I'm thinking about it and I think too deep, then yeah, my thoughts will carry me through. But I try not to think about it. I thought about it once earlier today. I don't know why. And so at times I have to just push it away, because if not, I'll think too deep into it. So it does still affect me. But I think that's something that takes a while for you to be able to get over. You know what I'm saying? Oh, thank you. Yeah, I talk a lot, girl. Let me tell you, I can chat your ass. Oh, shoot. Wait, my phone's about to die. All right. Hold on. Let me see this. Actually, I have 20%, but honestly, guys, I'm tired. My eyes are like, through incredibly traumatic experience with them. Oh, that's terrible. I'm sorry. That's horrible. They just put people through so much crap for no reason. It pisses me off. Honestly, it just makes me so upset. You're so funny. Yeah, it's just I feel like it's a form of bullying, you know? Spiritual bullying. I don't like stuff like that. Like, when I was younger, I almost got into a fight because this kid was making fun of this other kid who was disabled. I was in high school, and I think I was in ninth grade actually, and I almost got into a fight with him because he was constantly messing with him, and the disabled boy, he started crying because he was embarrassed. Like, he walked a certain way because he was born a certain way, so he couldn't really walk, and then he had a speech problem, so he talked like a baby, but he was mad tall. Like, he looked like almost a grown man. So it really bothered me. I was like, why are you making fun of him? So I was like, you should apologize. And he didn't apologize. So I went in on him. I made fun of him. I was like, do you like it? Like, you're being mean for no reason. And I ended up embarrassing him. His friends made fun and laughed at him. I mean, everything I said was true. It wasn't like I was lying, if you've seen the kid. But he ended up seeing like, oh, I don't like that. And he left the other kid alone, even though he tried to fight me. I was like, you're gonna look even more stupid. You're a guy trying to fight a female. Ridiculous. So yeah, I don't like bullies. I've always been that way. Oh, that's so cool that you shared the videos. Thank you for sharing. Yeah. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Just, it gets me upset. I don't know how people expect me to make these videos and be happy in the videos. I can't. I've watched people that they make videos like this and they sound real nice and sweet. And I'm just like, maybe I could try that. And then as soon as I start the video, I'm like, and I'm like, bah! Like I don't know how to do it. I get too into what I'm saying and I get all caught up because I think of all the people that ever email me and I feel so bad. I'm just like, oh my God. I spoke to someone who actually tried to commit suicide not too long ago before they found my videos, and then typed in some stuff and found my videos, and they was like, wow, like I actually tried. Like, they attempted it and failed. And that made me cry. It really did, because I was just like, I feel so bad. I wish that I could be there for everyone and just hug everyone and just be a light to the world and make people feel comfortable with who they are and make people feel at peace and not feel like they're not enough, because they're gay or because they don't believe. I like people to be happy with who they are so they can live a happy life. Oh, sorry, my phone almost fell. Oh, June, why are you in here? This is for religious talks. One of one glory is my best friend. So everybody say, hi, best friend. Yeah, I was bullied too. I was bullied really bad. That's another reason I don't like it, and it just gets me upset because I was made fun of to a point of depression, and I felt ugly, and I mean, I was a young teen girl, so the bullying thing really gets me. And my daughter was bullied for years to the point of depression. I had to have a talk with her, and I was just like, you're not thinking of hurting yourself, right? Because if you ever have those thoughts, you gotta talk to me. And she's real open with me. She's my oldest, and she was like, no, I never thought about that. I was like, all right, good, because it got real bad. It got really bad with her. So I hear what you're saying. June, so what are you doing? My 30-year-old brother is still battling, so he was from young. I'm sorry. It's so annoying how I can't see these comments. Wow, that's terrible. So when did he leave though? Like, how long ago did he leave? Because you said he's 30. Is he going to therapy? Some people, it's so bad for them that they need to go get help. You know what I'm saying? Like some people, they can't just leave. Thankfully, I was only in there for 7 years, even though that was bad enough. But there are people who have it way worse, and I give it to them, and they were there for way longer, especially if you're there from real young. You're completely indoctrinated. You know, it's like any religion that you're raised in, you completely 100% believe that that stuff is real, it's true. Like Muslims, 100% believe what they believe. Jehovah's Witnesses, Christians, I 1,000,000% believe if I don't do this and that, I'm gonna go to hell. 7 years is too long. Ugh, such a waste. Honestly, like the whole 7 years, well, not the whole 7 years. I'll say maybe like 5 to 6 out of the 7 years I went through depression. So if you don't mind me asking, matter of fact, I'm not gonna ask you on here. I'll ask you in the message because I don't want to get personal with everybody on here because some people don't want their business out there. But just send me a message, Chantal. Thankfully, I wasn't raised in it. Honestly, I think that if I was raised in it, things with me probably would turn out a lot different. Like, I think that I probably would be like a church girl still. I don't know why. Or maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I wouldn't actually. I've always kind of been a little bit rebellious. Like I've always kind of been that person that I'll be good and do good, but then I want to dip in that and dip in that, but nobody has to know. I'll just dip in this, dip in that. Like I've always been that as growing up as a teenager, not a kid, but when I got into my teens. So maybe I wouldn't, but I don't know. There are people who grow up in that specific cult, and because they grew up in it and they're heavy into it and they have deep relationships, it's harder for them to leave, especially if you have deep relationships. When I joined, I was 23. I had just gotten married. I had a 6-month-old and a 3.5-year-old. No, yeah, she was 3.5, turning 4. And I have moved out of my mom's and moved into my husband's family's house. So a combination of all those changes, like newly married, have an infant and a toddler. I wasn't working at first, and I started working after a while. Hated that job. And then living with my in-laws, that was a lot. I was still, I didn't know myself at 23. I was kind of, at that age, I remember I was going through a lot because I was still grieving from my dad's death. And I was just kind of like going through this weird phase where I didn't know who I was. And I was just coming out of a phase in my life where I actually hated God because my dad died. So they got me in a real vulnerable time, to be honest. They really got me. They got me in a good time. For them, it was a good time. There has to be a better way to be able to read messages, and the fact that I can't see crap because I'm blind. I'm like, and I have contacts, I'm squinting. I'm sorry. Have you ever shown him this channel? Let your brother see this channel. Because that whole hell thing is serious. I gotta make more videos on hell. I don't really know how to formulate them because I'm still kind of going through that myself. Alright, so when I get off this, then I'll talk to you on there. Oh, the mid-80s to 90s? Damn. I read some stuff that it was real strict. It was real strict in that time. Because I read some stuff, I was like, ooh, they would have kicked me out. Because they were a lot more strict. I mean, they're pretty bad already, but they were a lot worse, right? Yeah, send him the videos, let him see it. You don't have to bombard him. He's going through a lot. And if he wants to reach out and hit me up, he can. And make sure he sees the videos on hell. And I'll try to see if I could like come up with some stuff so I can make a new video on hell, because that is a very deep fear a lot of people carry, including me. Like I said before, I kind of 50-50 with it now, but I still do go on with that fear of what if, even if it's just like a 1% chance, you know, like what if I am wrong and I go to hell and I'm like, oh snap, how the hell, how I ended up here, what happened? This is such a long video. I hope that no one actually sits here and tries to rewatch this, because I sure as hell wouldn't. I'd be like, oh, she's done talking. Boop. Done. Video ended. Oh, I think they have that uploaded to YouTube, because when I first was contemplating leaving, I watched as many, I think I probably watched just about every video that's about the ICOC that's on YouTube, and there's not a lot of videos. And I believe I saw that. Yeah, so they have it on YouTube, because I know I did see something from 2020, and I saw like videos with this one woman that had like several videos where she was talking about her experience, but it wasn't that dated, but it was a little bit dated, and I was just like, okay, I need to find something that's more recent. But when I saw the ones from the past, that kind of almost made me think like, all right, am I being dramatic, because that seems so much worse? But then when I found other more recent ones, I was just like, all right, like I found some that were from like 2000 to maybe 2004, 2005. And so I started to feel like, all right, maybe I'm onto something. Maybe I'm not really crazy, you know? And then I felt like we need some more recent videos. So I was like, why not just make a more recent video? Because people, they try to put out this excuse that, oh, that was a long time ago, things have changed, blah, blah, blah. People just, they don't like us. That's stupid. I don't hear people complain about other churches. So, I mean, how much more proof can you get from that time period up to today? And there's still a lot of issues going on, and a lot of people, ex-members, are still going through things, to the point where like this woman here, her brother, where like hell is such a fear, and that's such a paralyzing fear too. That's a horrible fear to have. Well, guys, I'm hungry and I'm tired, and so I'm gonna get going. Let me see. All right, yes, because we are way over this vlog, this live. But it's all right. I owed it to you guys because I've been MIA, and I don't blame you. Chantel, I'm going to hit you up right now on IG. All right? All right, guys. I love you all so freaking much. Don't forget to talk to your brother and let me know. Update me and let me know what he says and how he feels. And if he wants to talk to me personally, because I don't play with suicide. That's real. Okay? All right. Love you guys. Have a good night.